What's up, guys? It's been a long time. I've not been on the streets for some time now, but today I have a video that I want to share with you guys. It's about an investment that I discussed with someone yesterday, a very good friend of mine yesterday, and I thought of like doing a video about it. So if you live in the diaspora, if you live in Europe, America, wherever, Asia, and let's say you want to relocate to Ghana, this business can be one of the best businesses that you can venture into, especially if you have a house sitting there that you're not using it for nothing, especially in a new area. You have a house there and the entire house is there, it's not doing nothing. Maybe you rented, you didn't have anything good out of renting it. Then you can enter into the pure water business. Pure water business is one of the fast growing businesses here in Ghana. Over the years, people are actually investing into it. And the good thing about the pure water business is that it can be done either if you live in the national capital, you live in the regional capital, or you even live in a small town. Pure water business is just a great option if you want to invest. And with as little as some $15,000 thereabout, you can set up a whole production plant and produce pure water, as a matter of fact. You see, the pure water consumption rate is very high. Some people even use it for cooking apart from drinking, right? And even those who are rich and buy the bottled ones, some also use the pure water as well for other things, right? So that tells you that the market keeps growing. In fact, in the national capital alone, I can say that from what I have researched on, about 78% of households use sachet water as the primary source of water for drinking, right? And so it is a much profitable business. With daily consumption, you can talk about the average person taking between 2 to 3 sachets per person a day. And with Ghana's population at around and over 30 million, it tells you that this business is huge. One would say then, what about the big players on the market? They are there, but yet I think the market is still viable for smaller players. I know of someone I met who said he started a business just about some few weeks ago and it's good for him, right? So now we're going to look at breakdown of I'm going to break it down. So even like I said, even the 78% is more than that. Almost everybody drinks pure water, especially in the cities and towns, right? And even in the villages as well. Rural households also use as well. So it is a product that is consumed across board. It is consumed across the country. There's that growing demand for sachet water because of its affordability and also the perceived quality as compared to drinking raw water, etc. Now, let me do a breakdown of this business for you. So, if you want to start this business, first of all, there are issues that you need to look at first. Either you have a facility, like I said earlier, you have a house there that you are not doing anything with that house, or you have a land there that you're not using, maybe especially in a new area where you can put up the factory building. The factory building is going to cost you that much. A pure or a real pure water factory does not require so much of a huge place when you are starting as a small entrepreneur. I have visited some of the pure water businesses and I know what I'm talking about. It is not as huge as you can think. And you can set it up in either your city or your hometown or a regional capital or district capital, wherever water is consumed, you can set it up there. So now let's look at some of the costs. The machine, usually people do import from China, but I'm told you can also get some to buy here as well. It's a whole set of machines. It's made up of different sections, right? We have the machine that actually does the filtration itself, and an aspect of the machine that also does the bagging, and all that. So you will need to know all this to be able to get to. So we have the water treatment machine. The water treatment machine itself will cost you just $2,200, but there are some other accessories. They have the sterilizer and ozone generator. That's going to also cost you about $300. Then we have the automatic liquid packing machine, which is also going to cost you roughly $1,200. And then we have the tank for raw water. That's about $200. Okay, yeah, okay, so $200. And then we have the water tank for the pure water, right? So it's sterile water tank for pure water, which is going to cost you about 1,000. So totaling 5,000 Ghana cedis. That is for, sorry, $5,000 US dollars, not Ghana cedis. 5,000 US dollars. So you can convert that into Ghana cedis, and then you get to know how much it's going to cost you. So with that, that's going to be the entire set, the 5 sets of the machine, right? And then now we're going to look at other things that you will need. So for example, you're going to need a borehole, right, to produce the raw water that is going to be purified and processed. So borehole, it depends on where you are, but within Greater Accra region, you're going to get it around that's about 32,000 Ghana cedis. No, 20,000 Ghana cedis. 20,000 Ghana cedis, according to what I inquire about. So it's going to cost you about 1,626 US dollars, right? So the borehole is going to cost about 1,626. And then we have the Aboboya, which is the tricycle minivan, which is going to cost you about 2,600, because the brand new one, strong one, is going to cost you about 32 Ghana cedis, 32,000 Ghana cedis, 32,000 Ghana cedis. So that's about 2,600 US dollars. And then we talk about, you also need reservoirs to store the pumped water into. And normally you have to buy, what we call the plastic tanks. Ghana is popularly called a poly tank, but this poly tank is a brand. There are other brands as well as many other brands, as well as Syntex and many other water tank and many other brands out there as well. So some for the reservoir tanks, maybe probably you will need 2. So the 2 might cost you maybe around 1,577. That is a 10,000 liters. So we need to have the biggest ones, the huge ones, about 10,000 liters, right? And then you also need to look at other miscellaneous costs, wiring, getting industrial plugs into the building. Like I said, if you already have the building, then you need to also do some industrial, you need to put in some industrial wires, etc. And as well, you also need to factor in a standby generator, right? And probably a solar panel if you wish, in case there's light. But Ghana has very stable electricity. We have 24-hour around the clock electricity. Light hardly goes off, maybe unless once in a while we have a light off. But light is very good. Electricity is very good in Ghana. You don't have a big problem. And so, but yet you still need a standby generator. I'd not add that one to that. So that one is going to be optional. So if you can afford to buy the standby generator or the solar panel as well. Then maybe you also look at other things like registering the business with the Registrar General, and then the Food and Drugs Board. They will need to give you a go-ahead before you can start producing. They need to test samples of your water, etc. And there may be other fees that will also come in, will be the cost of installation of the machines, right? And then you also think about duty for the machine, and then the transport for the machine. For the shipping from China to Ghana, I'm told, according to Freight Forwarder, you're going to get it around $700 for shipping the entire set of machines from China to Ghana. For the duty, I've not been able to establish the exact, but I'm sure approximately it's going to be around 1,000 or less, or something around that range. So in total, if you have about 13,000 USD, you can start this business. And look, some of the raw materials are cheaper. For example, the bags that you bag the water in, I'm talking of the sachet itself, you can get it for 32 cedis per kilo. So per kilo, you're going to get it for about 32 cedis, right? That is per kilo. You're going to get it for 32 cedis. They also need the mega one that you pack the mini, that you pack the sachets in, and those ones are also not enough of a cost, right? The next thing maybe probably is going to be your staff, and then but the staff, for a start, you can have about 5 people to work in there, or even 3 or 4 people. I visited a factory, a mini factory, and that's what the person is. He has about 4 people. He has one as the production manager, and then the manager of the place as well, and then one that operates the machine, and then I think 2 of the guys there who do the packing of the water, and then we have the guy that uses the boboya or the tricycle to pick. So he's going to be the sales guy to pick the produce water and sell. Marketing of pure water is very simple. You don't need much of an advert. You can either sell to wholesalers and retailers, or you can sell it into the home. So the tricycle that you will buy, the boboya that you will buy, you're going to use that tricycle to go around, I mean, houses, from house to house. You go to a particular area and then you sell it. Normally, one of the best practices that the sales guy, you can ask the sales guy to, or you can employ him on the basis of commission. The more bags he sells, the more he makes money. With that, he'll be able to push through to sell more bags and let you make money. This is one business that yesterday I decided with someone, and if you have about 13,000, between 13,000, let's say maximum $20,000, you'll be able to do this business, employ people, and provide everything that is required of this business. But with the estimate that I made, the rough estimate that I made, that's going to be around $13,000, which I'm sure is not big money for some of our brothers and sisters who live abroad. I've been doing the streets, showing you places, but today I decided to show you a video of an investment that I have discovered, and I have spoken to a lot of people, or some people who are into that particular business, and they have given me insight to this. So the ball is in your court. You can also do further research about this. You can do further research about this to be able to find out more and the viability. So this is just to introduce you to this business in case you are coming to Ghana and you don't know which business to go into, and you have money. Maybe you have in excess of about $20,000, $30,000, $15,000, even $13,000. You can start small. And I'm told you can even get some of the machine to buy locally. So if you are interested, then you can do further research. If you love this video, please give it a like, subscribe, share, and comment. Thank you very much.